Hi.
So, welcome to the 22nd Annual Hawaii Fair. For the next 30 minutes, we'll be discussing overcoming the down payment hurdle. Stay tuned until the end of the segment to see how you can enter to win a gift card. My name is Elisa Cabrera, and I am the HUD Certified Hawaii Advisor here at Affordable Homes. And today we have Sarah Eleanor and Delia Davila uh, to talk about overcoming the down payment hurdle. So, welcome. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sure, I guess I'll go first since I think we're doing English first, right? And Delia is going to be our Spanish translator. But anyway, so yes, I am Sarah Eleanor. I'm the Senior Manager of Homeownership Programs at the Texas State Affordable Housing Corporation. I have been here for almost 8 years. We have, for those of you that aren't familiar with the Texas State if I could talk, Texas State Affordable Housing Corporation, we finally call ourselves TSAHC. We are a statewide nonprofit organization that was created at the direction of the Texas State Legislature. They created us to help serve the housing needs of low to moderate income Texans. And we have programs that make home buying more affordable. And we have helped thousands of Texans since 2002 buy a home. So we have some great programs to help make home buying more affordable.
Okay, great. How does one apply to get the assistance that you guys offer?
Well, first, I think I probably should tell people what we have to offer, and then I'll tell them how to apply. So we have down payment assistance, where we will help someone with up to 5% of their loan amount, and that they can use to cover their down payment and or closing costs. Many times people think that they have to have a 20% down payment to buy a home, and that's really a myth that's out there. So really down payments range between 3 and 5%, and we offer up to 5%. So in a lot of cases, we will be covering the full down payment, and we might even be giving a little more than the down payment that's required to, and they can use that extra money to put toward their closing costs. So that's, it all equals less money out of pocket for them. The second program we offer is for first-time home buyers, and it is called the Mortgage Credit Certificate Program, or MCC for short. And so that program is going to save them thousands of dollars over the life of their loan. And what it does is it's a special tax credit that essentially helps them get some of the interest that they will spend on their mortgage every year back when they file their income tax return. And so that's a great program as well. It's going to save them thousands, like I said. If they are a first-time home buyer, they can combine the two programs and use both the MCC and the down payment assistance together at the same time, which makes that home buying experience even more affordable.
Yeah.
And then you asked, how does somebody apply, right?
Yeah.
That's the next question. Okay, so if you want to get started, we have a website, TSAHC.org, as you'll see on the screen here. I could also show you my T-shirt. We're representing today. But yeah, so it's TSAHC.org. And on that very first page, you're going to see an eligibility quiz that you can click on. And it's 4 easy questions. So once you take that quiz, you'll know in about a minute whether or not you qualify. And if you do, your next steps are actually given to you at the end of that quiz. The very first step is to contact one of our approved participating lenders. Those lenders are trained. They know our programs well. They can help you decide which of our options is best for you. And it makes it easy for you because you don't have to actually apply directly with TSAHC. You contact that lender and tell them that you want to use TSAHC's program to help you with your down payment, or you want to use the MCC program, and they do everything else for you. So they take you from application all the way to loan closing, And so it makes it very easy for you because it's one person that you're working with, and then they work with us kind of behind the scenes to make things happen and make things, make it so that you get the assistance that you're needing and that you're applying for. So then the second step is to complete a homebuyer education class. We require anybody using our programs to complete this class. We feel like you'll probably hear this a lot today, getting educated about buying a home is the best thing you can do, especially if it's your first time. You want to know what you're getting into. You want to make sure that this is the right class. And you also want to know what to expect. You want to know what to look for. You want to watch out for red flags. You want to know who you're going to be working with throughout the process. And so we do have a list of providers that you can contact to take that class, but obviously your host today would be the one I would recommend in the Valley. Affordable Homes of South Texas, they offer those classes. They offer housing counseling services if your credit isn't quite where it needs to be to apply for a loan. So those are the two steps that one would need to take in order to get started.
Okay, great. So can you repeat the website for everybody one more time?
Yes, TSAHC.org. You'll see it up in the right-hand corner of your screen and then on my t-shirt. Oh, and there it is on the screen again, in bigger text. Yeah, so what questions do you think people would have, or what questions might people have?
So what would the income guidelines be for the Rio Grande Valley?
Okay, so in most cases in the Valley, the maximum amount that someone could make would be around 85,000, 85,000 and some change. So that's in most cases. So a lot of people will qualify. We don't necessarily have a minimum amount that they have to make. We get that question a lot. They don't have to make a minimum amount to qualify. They have to qualify for a mortgage, and they will determine that when they contact one of our lenders. And so, yeah, they can't make more than that 85,000 and some change. And then they would have to have at least a 620 credit score in most cases with our program. And that, again, a lender will walk them through that. If they're not quite there, I'm just going to keep plugging you guys because I know that Elisa, I know there's Janie on staff. You guys are all great housing counselors, and so someone could reach out to you if they needed some help getting to the point where they could qualify for a mortgage if they needed some help with their credit.
So again, the max, is it based on the is there a family size? Is it just one person?
Good question. So typically it will be whoever is on the mortgage. And so if you're going to be applying as a couple, I see the question on the screen here. If you're going to be applying as a couple, then it would be your income combined.
So both of you can most of the time not go over 85,000.
Right, and that amount could not go over the 85,000. Delia, do you have it written down?
Yes, it's $85,675 to be exact. Okay. That would be the max. So it could be either combined or whoever's applying cannot go past that limit, and there is no family size breakdown. It's just for the applicants for the house.
Okay, perfect. Do I have to repay the down payment assistance?
Great question, Janie. So we have two options. We have one that's a grant, which means that they don't have to pay it back. There's no strings attached with that option. The grant, it's as if they're getting a gift from a family member. So that's a great option. And then we also have a 3-year deferred forgivable second lien. The biggest title of any product I know. But what that basically means is it's a second lien. So there will be a lien on the property. If you sell the home or refinance the home within the first 3 years of living there, then you would have to pay back the assistance you got from TSAHC. If you live there for longer than 3 years from the time you bought or purchased, then that becomes a grant. It becomes a gift at that point. It's forgiven. So to break it down, 3-year deferred forgivable second lien. So 3 years, it's deferred, meaning that there's no payments due on that second lien. There's no interest accruing, and it's forgiven after 3 years in full. So the difference between those two assistance options is that one offers a little bit better interest rate on the mortgage loan itself than the other. But again, that lender is going to be the one that walks you through all those options, decides what's best for you in your particular situation, because we don't have a one size fits all. We have as many options as we can have to hopefully meet everybody where they are.
Okay, great. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you to Sarah Eleanor and Delia Davila for providing such great information. So the keyword for today's segment is nonprofit, and you want to email this keyword to info@thehomebuyersfair.org with that word for a chance to win a gift card. So ahorita regresamos en español.